Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into the microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with System Shock 2 Blind. I was just to cross this bulkhead and see what's behind it. So let's do that. Excuse me. So apparently I'm still in the engineering deck. It's just that probably the map was too big to be stored in one world space, so it needed a separate loading screen. But I definitely need to go to the cargo bay 2B because, or was it 2A? One of these. But I guess I'll eventually explore them all because that's just the way I roll usually. What the?
Do you not trust the feelings of the flesh? Our biology yearns to join with yours.
We welcome you to our mass.
I'd
But
rather
you puzzle
not.
us. Why do you serve our mother?
Oh my god!
How can you choose cold metal over the splendor of flesh? But you fear us.
We hear your thoughts, and they rage for your brothers you believe dead.
But they are not.
They sing in our symphony of life. We offer another chance to join us. If you choose to lie down with the machine,
We will rend you apart.
and put you separate from the joy of the mass.
Okay, I need a second. I think I figured out the plot. So, the many just mentioned that we're serving their mother, and they sort of juxtaposed the flesh represented by them to the machine represented by us. So, whoa, so what I think is happening is that, as I already mentioned, in the first game, we jettisoned a grove of the Citadel station into space, and the grove contained parts of Shodan's experiments with creating new life forms like mutants and stuff. And I suppose it also may have contained a bit of Shodan, like her programming and her, her hardware or software herself, so that when the Citadel station was destroyed, she actually survived, and the grove or its remains crashed on Tau Ceti, the planet that was mentioned already a number of times in the various logs. So Shodan launched a distress signal that was picked up by the Von Braun, and the crew thought that it was an alien signal, so basically they thought they'd be meeting an alien race, but it was Shodan all along because she wanted basically to hijack a ship to get back, to be able to leave the planet. And then what I think is happening is that the many are the descendants of the bioengineered life forms and the experiments that Shodan was working with in the first game, and they are angry at her because basically she made them to be her slaves. Not to mention that she probably made them to suffer as well. Like, they were grotesque and weird. So I think they are angry at her for basically existing and for existing in a painful state. So they rebelled against Shodan, and now I come to what I predict is going to be a twist at some point, because the many mentioned that we are serving their mother, that being Shodan. And actually, Xerxes also mentioned that, like, not directly, but he implied that we are working for Shodan. So, excuse me. So, what I think is happening is that Polito is actually Shodan, and she wants to use us as a pawn to get rid of the many for rebelling against her. Now, what I think are some pretty serious clues about Polito, well, maybe not being Shodan per se, but definitely being a little bit sketchy, is the way that she treats you, specifically in the matter of providing additional cyber modules as a sort of incentive, rather than give all of them to you as a way for you to better prepare. She withholds them from you, but it always seemed to me a stupid decision if she were really on our side, because she would like us to be strong then. But what I think is happening is that she's really Shodan, so she doesn't want us to be too strong, and she's only giving us bit by bit a little bit of power so that we can oppose the many, but not too much so that we do not end up so strong as to defeat her later on. So that's one thing. Now, another thing, there was a moment in which Polito actually repeated a sentence like word by word. She basically repeated the exact same sentence, same word order, same everything. I think it was even the same inflection, and I found it weird then. But I was thinking maybe it's a limitation of the game, maybe they just didn't want to record anything more. But now I think it was actually a clue that she isn't human, and that she was like, obviously Shodan is intelligent, she's an AI, so it isn't that she couldn't be bothered to, it isn't that she couldn't be able to devise another sentence structure, but rather she couldn't be bothered to because she doesn't think like a human. Like, for her, she already said those words and they were applicable to another situation, so she saw no reason to change the word order or whatever. She just basically replayed the same message because it was applicable in a different situation. So, mind blown, basically. But I guess that's one of the pluses of having played the first game, because if I didn't, I wouldn't be able to figure that out. Like, maybe I'd have some suspicions, but without knowing the story of the Glades and of Shodan's manipulation of life forms, I don't think I would have made the connection between the mother comment. And it was really the mother comment, why do we serve our mother, that sort of tipped me off. So, okay, tinfoil hat off, and let's continue. Okay, those are just crates full of cigarettes and alcohol. Interesting.
I'm sure this is all just a misunderstanding.
This is all just a misunderstanding, says the droid while trying to suicide bomb me. Okay, another game for the game console. Let's check that out just for the lols. Overworld 0. Oh, apparently I can hack it. Oh. Okay, it's pretty weird that hacking an insignificant game console requires far greater skill than hacking like Replicator or something. Still. Let's check the game just for fun. Okay, so what's the... so it's like it's really like an RPG game. You have gold pieces and XP. Yes, the mushrooms don't do anything. Okay, it's pretty hilarious actually that they bothered with including something like this. You have levels as well. Okay, I died. Well, I don't think I'm going to bother with actually finishing this game, but maybe I'll make a separate episode, just, once I gather more of those games, just, trying all of them out. It's mostly a flavor thing, I guess, rather than anything of substance. But it's still cool. I guess all those people had to do something on this long interstellar travel. Okay, cargo base. I definitely, as I said, I probably will visit them all at some point. Excuse me.
Access needed.
Okay, this looks suspicious as hell, especially with the health bars. It looks like a perfect place for a trap. Basically, I move forward and they all spring into action and try to kill me. I'm almost sure that's going to happen.
This is Xerxes.
Oh.
Can you not feel the glory of the flesh? Do you not yearn to be free of the tyranny of the individual?
Well, if it involves a giant worm bursting off your chest and connecting into your cranium, then I guess I'd rather not. I'm pretty much dead. So that's a little bit problematic. Oh, damn it. Yeah, and the restoration chamber is actually on the other side of the bulkhead, so I guess it doesn't count for this level. A little bit inconvenient. And I think I'm out of psi hypos as well. Which is really a bummer because that's my main weapon pretty much. Damn it. Yeah, I'm a little bit confused about what to do now. Guess I'll use the auto-diagnostic medical kit to restore all of my hit points. Yeah, I really don't have an idea how to deal with the giant bot over here.
This is Xerxes. Can you not feel the glory of the flesh? Do you not yearn to be free of the tyranny of the individual?
Okay, I'm seriously creeped out by all those droids here. Okay, access card, definitely need that. Because I fear that they are going to come up online at some point and try to murder me with extreme prejudice. Guess I can use the... Oh, it didn't even work.
Insufficient sign.
That's a pity. There are different levels as well. Presumably some items hidden around, so maybe it would be wise to look around. Picked up a Sci-Hypo, so I'll try again. Why does it only pull it? And all of that for just 5 nanites. Okay, so nothing spectacular here. At least it doesn't look like it. That's interesting though. Okay. I didn't explore this region fully. But I'm starting to sort of feel outclassed by the enemies, especially compared to how little damage I can do to them. I guess I should maybe invest in at least level 1 of standard weaponry so that I can use a pistol. But to even do that, I still need the upgrade station. And it's still quite far away in the crew quarters, so I would either have to backtrack quite a lot or wait until I find the new one.
Taking precautions, I proceeded with further experiments. Since we've reached O.S.A, creatures have gotten smarter and somehow gained limited psi abilities. I probed another subject with a Beta 5 cycle and sensed many things, but mostly an incredible empathy. The chimps have become acutely aware of their own history, of the vivisections and experiments that have been performed on them while on board the Von Braun. They have anger, and they are ready to express it. Clearly, they are both a fascinating scientific resource and an incredible security risk. My recommendation? Either freeze them in cryo-storage for the remainder of the mission, or liquidate them immediately. Who knows what other abilities they'll acquire.
So it basically reiterates what we already knew. I'm still very much curious about what exactly happened that caused the monkeys to first gain basically self-awareness and then develop psionic abilities. I wonder if it'll be more explicitly told, or whether it'll be sort of left in the shadows. I obviously hope for the former, just because I'm quite curious about it.
Security system offline.
Okay, another log. The other monkeys are probably upstairs, so let's listen to the log.
A laboratory worker from MedSci called me down to the vivisection room yesterday. He felt the lab chimps were exhibiting uncommon intelligence. I sat with one for 4 hours and tried to probe it with the psi-amp on a Beta 4 cycle. It failed to respond. I, of course, assumed it was because it was incapable of reacting to the sophisticated Beta 4 cycle. But then, I realized it was blocking the probe intentionally. As soon as I raised the psi-amp to attack it, the creature lashed out with its arms and projected a cryokinetic field towards me, paralyzing my arm. I immediately side-dampened the monkey and then stunned it with an electric prod.
Well, to be honest, as much as I am disgusted by the many, the monkeys I actually sort of respect and root for them in a way, because you know, they've been nothing but abused and basically tortured, because like vivisection is the ultimate torture you can subject an animal to, and now they are sort of paying the humans back. So I guess in a way it's a little bit sad that we have to kill them. I actually totally forgot about the mantling ability. Guess I should keep that in mind, because it could be potentially very useful. Okay, that's not what I wanted it to do, but okay. Some cybernetic modules. Damn it. I guess it's my own fault. although like dangers of this kind, flashing fires or electricity wires or something, are a little bit inconsistent in games as a danger. Usually, like, it's not always obvious whether they are only part of the scenery or actually able to hurt you. So I guess I have my answer in this particular example. Okay, I've got the card to the other side of cargo base, so I guess I should go there. Damn it. Well, I guess a plus of the style of the gameplay of this game is that I don't have to really bother with killing all the enemies, because they don't really give HP as they would in many other games. You receive it for exploration and completing objectives, which is a better way for me, because okay, this bot is actually quite persistent, which worries me, to say the least. Yeah, but what I was saying is that I prefer games that give you the broadest possible choice of gameplay, rather than maybe not forcing you, but strongly encouraging a particular type of gameplay by providing a much greater reward for it. So, for example, I think it should be equally viable to do a stealth run, or a straight combat run. Obviously, in this game in particular, there isn't much of a stealth system, but it was just an example. Is that a turret? Oh yes, it is. Actually, oh damn it. Okay, so that's one turret down. Medical supply, definitely useful for me, so...
Security system online.
You do not hide forever.
For a second I was worried I'm going to get stuck there.
I'm
it's simultaneously kind of nice and also kind of weird of the people dying to take time while dying to write messages with their own blood. Though I guess run isn't that great of an advice, because like you'd think I'll be able to figure that one out by all the corpses strewn around. But then again, probably a dying person doesn't have enough strength to write a whole detailed monologue about how I should turn left to find a med hypo or something. So, if not anything else, I do appreciate the effort. Damn it. I'm not doing great. Maintenance will arrive shortly. Why do I have a crawling suspicion that the maintenance is going to involve robots that are going to kill me? Yep, exactly what I feared. And the worst thing is I don't even have anything that would be particularly effective against it. So I don't have any solid idea on how to take it down. Guess I will have to just run from it. I totally forgot about the turret. Damn it. Oh my god. There are so many of them. Well, at least I found some cyber modules, but I'm not sure if I'll be alive long enough to use them. I would very much appreciate some other route out of here. guess it's not the best place to save. And it almost seemed to me like it shot me through the what's the name? Through the crate, which seems like straight up cheating to me. How did it get up here? Okay, but there's a log there. I would very much like to pick up. And here's another one. Oh, the speed booster is indeed quite of a boost. Okay, I guess I can try saving. At the very least, I retrieved the audio logs. What can I buy here? Oh, this one is broken. Well, so I guess nothing is the answer. What exactly am I looking for here? I think it was notes. Utility storage 4. I did find that. Cargo bay 2. So isn't this where I am currently? Yes, somewhere over here, either here or in the other one, which is a little bit problematic, seeing how there are all those bots around. But I guess maybe the code is in one of the logs that I just picked up, so I better check them out.
Well, we can't get the malfunctioning turrets offline, and now Xerxes isn't even talking to us. Pollard thought of a workaround. By running bypass into central control, we can hack into the turrets locally and take control of them. However, that means walking right up to the little sons of bitches and hoping they don't go off. One thing is sure, I'm going to figure out what the hell happened here.
So this basically informs us of the possibility to manually hack particular turrets, which I already did know, but oh well.
Constance, I fear now for my life. I think this has gone beyond any imaginings of Diego and Korenchkin. I do not believe they are in control at all. We must discover what it was they found down on the surface of Tau Ceti 5 and why they guard the secret so jealously. I think this is more important than my life, or your life, or the life of this ship. Be brave and be careful.
So now I wonder if Diego went into the went by example of his father, as to say, and gave into Shodan's service, because apparently it was him and this Korenchkin guy that first discovered what was on the surface of Tau Ceti 5, and they kept it a secret, at least partially, like details of it and whatnot. I guess I'm going to find out eventually, but there is still one more log.
In some ways, the many is not unlike the UNN. There's a joy in working towards a collective goal, and being able to put aside the things that draw us apart and make us separate. Why do we fear the loss of our individuality so much? Man can dream, but the many can accomplish.
Well, so I guess that eliminates the theory of him serving Shodan, because he actually serves the many who are directly opposed to Shodan. But, oh well. Though that still means I don't have the code, which is a little bit problematic, because it means I'm going to have to run around and find it. And the area is crawling with mechs whom I can't really defeat.
Items dropped.
What did I even do? Ah, okay, it was a shotgun. It's probably not worth it, but I did invest in those psi powers, so might as well try to use them. Though it would be nice if there were some system of exchanging items for each other or for nanites, because I'm picking up a lot of things that I can't even use, like ammo for weapons and the weapons themselves. Okay, there's no higher. Oh, there.
Do not hide forever.
Ah, there is a higher level, but it's a little bit complicated.
We seek.
How do I get there? Obviously, the approach being harder naturally makes me more curious, because it could also promise a greater reward. Damn it. Okay, not quite. That was annoying. I don't quite see how could I go up there.
Flesh betrays you. You do not hide forever. We follow.
Oh, I guess I'm just retarded. For some reason I didn't think this elevator went all the way up here, because in the previous cases they often like had varying heights, like one only went to level 2 and the other to level 3. Some more cyber modules. Okay, I'm suspicious of that. So I'm going to just do that. Hack the chest, and I think that'll be enough for this episode. Okay. I still didn't find the code, but I'll keep looking. But for now, that'll be enough for this one, and see you in the next one. Bye.